brutal damage that Soul Stealer can put out, and he's actually hiding up top right now, scared of a gank, but he should be fine. And we do see some action on bottom. Hellbringer dotting, and Engineer blowing his ult, trying to get some work done on Blacksmith, but Blacksmith just sitting in there, electing to take the damage over time as opposed to the purge damage. But we do see Hellbringer probably going to come up with a kill here, and a little late on that Mana Void in my opinion, but he should be alright. And Engineer actually kegging himself further into the trees, and Hellbringer can't actually see him. What a play, and Engineer electing to shoot back out, and Slither's wards also blocking. Now that is amazing. The only problem, of course, can Engineer get out, or is Slither going to have to somehow throw him a TP? He should be able to get out. HoN has this kind of thing where if you get stuck over, 15-20 seconds, it just pushes you through trees after a while. So I think he'll be okay. He may at worst have to wait for those wards, but Slither just throwing those wards down in those trees, blocking that path, and Hellbringer, definitely a huge turnaround. He thought he was going to get, a 1-for-1 or maybe even a 1-for-2. Wards going down. Engineer is out now. And Valkyrie solo mid against Blacksmith. Blacksmith with that death, not going to be too happy. He's got his mana battery, and Pharaoh hooking in on him while mummying. He's going to be able to do some damage. Defiler coming in waving, but now we see Overlord coming off. Angry Tessie coming in, easily taking out Pharaoh. Pharaoh not with enough HP due to the fact he was in a dual lane and not solo mid, so he is not that buff right now. Glacius double stacking up there for Corrupted Disciple to come up and probably get the kill on, or maybe Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer with a missed wave there. Sorry, Busco, we did see you kind of sweep that up. A huge arrow on Tessie. And wow, Valkyrie, that is why Valkyrie is so huge. That nuke not only doing 300 damage, but an extra 150 damage depending on how close you are. So he did a 450 nuke directly to the Corrupted Disciple's face. Disciple not having enough HP. This is ridiculous. I can't see my screen lag. Euro servers are bad. Angry Testy coming out. Caution in the first game complaining about servers. Angry Testy in the second game complaining about servers. In the third game, I think we're playing on an Australian server. What do you say, Con?
I don't know. This is kind of it usually happens with UQ. They have a team spread across a number of different nations, so there's no genuine place that they can play where nobody will be complaining. Now that we're on the EU server, 5 are all from the States, I believe. I think they're all the States. Maybe
yes.
One of them.
There's a couple Euro players that were on their team, but not anymore. So they are essentially all in the States.
Yeah. So them playing on this is a UK server at the moment for anybody who's been wondering. So, and we're pausing now. So the lag is obviously quite bad if it's enough to warrant a pause. Yeah. So I guess they're just going to chill out while some lag stops or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of something that's a common complaint, that some team is lagging more than the others or whatever. But even with this lag, 5 aren't doing a bad job anyways. They've lost 1 tower, and not really because due to pushing. I don't think it's more to do with the what generally happened in this top forest here is they put a lot of ganking pressure. Pharaoh, Slither and Valkyrie just hung out here, and they really had strong ganking potential, and the heroes couldn't really reliably stick around this top tower, and they kind of just nipped it down within a couple of different creep waves and doing nif damage. So they got that first tower, and despite them getting that first tower and being 2 kills ahead, the gold is pretty much tied up, and in fact 5 are ahead by 2k on experience. So that, I suppose, just 5 are sticking to the lanes. They're last hitting a bit better, and they're just in experience range more, because we see a lot of roaming around from the UQ side. So yeah, but there's not much that can be told about the outcome of the game, only 14 minutes in. It hasn't been a very action-packed 14 minutes or anything like that, and there hasn't been any really, substantial pushes made by UQ. I suppose they want to get, Slither's wards level 4 and maybe level 2 ult on the Filer and stuff. What do you think, Testy? I mean, Rabbi.
I think you mean Rabbi. Testy, of course, typing in game. That might have been why you miscalled me that. Don't ever call me his name again. Just kidding. Yeah, it's unfortunate that, you know, whenever Europe has to play USA, there's no insta-internet, and we do see some action though on bottom. Engineer does blow his ult, throws the keg. Blacksmith probably going to go down here to away from Defiler and hitting another purge. Ugh, just kind of upsetting to see the pause going down right there, right when, you know, Blacksmith is like, great. But,
yeah.
we do see Barbara Q. I'm going to say barbecue so many times, I'm sorry. With some anti-wards actually on Slither, I just noticed. But yeah, Barbecue trying to take down this tower, and I believe that you know, UQ really just needs to do this. They need to take this gold advantage and pressure it further. They have a slight gold advantage right now, not a whole lot though. And yeah, they need to just tower and tower and tower, and Tinker, you know, doing some work. Although Engineering does need to be careful, he's taking a lot of damage. But overall, we do see Defiler with over 300 gold per minute. Soul Steal, and actually Pharaoh hooks in. I heard it, I didn't quite see where. Over to the left on Disciple. They need to drop an Invis ward. Where's Slither? Slither has the Invis ward. Come on, man. Oh, I believe Slither's not actually with them. Where is he?
Just stand by the
yeah, he had the ability. They could have seen Corrupted Disciple. I'm surprised that actually didn't go down. But we do have Corrupted Disciple needing to be very careful here. He'll be invisible for about another 30 seconds, and I don't know why the pings are going off on the Raxes. I know we do see Glacius here. I think they might be saying Pharaoh to rocket the Raxes because they feel Corrupted Disciple is weak, but he was not that weak. Nor had he returned towards the base. Yeah, he's looking good. Something else to note, actually I'll go over it. In a little bit, is Slither going to come in on Glacius here? I don't quite know. I believe he is. Slither and Defiler coming in here. Slither needs to be very careful though. Corrupt Disciple, huge right now, level 10. He's doing some work. He gets slowed though. Conduit though goes off by Disciple onto Slither. Slither's not going to be able to attack for a whole lot of damage. But he's backing up now. We do see Blacksmith coming in here doing both the stun and the slow on Defiler. Defiler actually being slowed. Blacksmith chasing him down, but into an Engineer ult. No, Blacksmith barely getting out in time. And overall, you know, pretty solid play. Pharaoh seems to be very weak. I didn't quite see what happened to him. But, yeah, as you were saying, not a highly action-packed game, a lot of farming. What I was going to bring up, though, is creep stacks cannot be stacked past 3 stacks now. That was something that was added to the game in this previous patch. So heroes like Soul Stealer can't just stack, you know, a pretty heavy set of neutrals like... I don't think I can ping. No, I can't ping.
No.
See what Glacius is stacking right now, and what it looked like Hellbringer or somebody stacked. You can only stack them up to 3 times total. So, you know, you're not going to be able to do the old school choose, stack one of those sets 10, 15 times, come in, blow them down, and pick up a shield breaker or something. You know, loaded, check 6, We Heart Pigs, notorious for stacking creeps, camps like that. And, yeah, so overall, you have to be pretty happy that they made that change. I think it kind of negated an overload actually going off on Pharaoh here, although I don't believe he's going to die. No, he's going to get out just fine. And that Steam Turret doing some work on Blacksmith over here, although it's out of attacks now. And Corrupted Disciple coming to mid. Defiler ulting and waving, probably going to try and take this tower down. Glyph, I can't tell if it is up. Excuse me, Demonic Fortification. And looks like though it probably was not. Tower just goes right down. Defiler with armor boots and Shaman's headdress already. So Defiler getting pretty buff here. Question, do you think you're going to see a barrier idol for the team, or do you think she's going to build more towards her own items?
I think a barrier idol definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. I think it's probably I can't. I think it's probably the best item to get in there. I can't think of anything else. You could go for, you know, Heart of Teresk or something like that. No, not Heart of Teresk. Behemoth's Heart or something like that.
Yes.
And but you're not going to get that, you know, very fast in such a way that you're going to be able to push these mid tower or these tier 2 towers very well. So I would like to see a barrier idol which you could get relatively fast. Something else that just as I say it there.
Oh, Portal King from actually Soul Stealer.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like going to really help. This is probably a dead Defiler if. No, he misses the opportunity to nuke there. Soul Stealer does. Corrupted Disciple coming in with kind of dealing loads of damage. Valkyrie very low, and his ultimate takes him down, and that's a pretty good team fight.